I want to begin today's podcast with a sobering question. Is your door closing? Specifically, I want to ask, is the door on your marriage relationship closing? Today, I want to ask that sobering question using the metaphor of a door and an old principle that I've used over and over again in my 39 years of marriage. Welcome aboard.
Ready?
When it comes to porn, are you stuck, spinning out, or slipping backwards in your life? If so, then welcome to the Finding Traction podcast, a show dedicated to those who are looking to gain recovery momentum away from porn and toward the life and relationships they have always hoped for. Now, here's your host, Vern Tomke.
Well, if you have been listening to the Finding Traction podcast for a while, you have heard a lot about the Finding Traction course. It is a group of guys that I lead. We walk through 52 weeks of the course together, and it's a video course. It's got worksheets, and we pull together 5 to 7 guys, and we do it about 3-4 times a year. And we're just now coming up to a new on-ramp for a brand new group. It is going to begin next Thursday. That is May the 8th, 2025. And the course is essentially walking people through the first full year of porn recovery. It takes that long to understand what's going on, to build new habits, to backfill a successful life, and to develop the type of connections that give you the support to walk in lasting freedom. That course is going to be on Thursday nights at 4:30 Pacific. That is 5:30 Mountain, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, and it's the next day, 9:30 a.m. in Australia. If you want to join us in that, from that place, we love to add Australian guys as well. We make fun of your accents, but Australian guys are usually really good at returning the favor as well. I find they're a pretty punchy group of guys. So that is what's going to happen. So if you want to get more information about that, reach out to me at bandofbrothers.care @gmail.com. And also, if you want to join our Circle platform, you will see on there a whole raft of resources, helpful resources, free resources that you can use in your recovery by joining the Circle app and also getting access to all the podcasts in various ways that I can come alongside of you. If you just want to talk to me about the material or the course, I love it when guys reach out to me. I put together a free Zoom call. Once again, reach out to me at bandofbrothers.care @gmail.com. All right, well, let's get back to this sobering metaphor of your marriage. I want to start by making this controversial statement. Your marriage is not as strong as you think it is. Now, I'm going to back that up as we walk through this, but I want to begin by talking about country music. Country music is known for its sad songs. Well, there's happy stuff as well, but you know the old joke about playing country music backwards, you get your dog back, your job back, and your wife back kind of thing. Years ago, we took a trip to Disneyland. Our kids were younger, and there was a song that was really big on the radio, and we used to sing along to it because it had such a great melody. And I don't know if you've ever done it where you're singing along to a song and you realize, oh my goodness, these lyrics are horrible. They are depressing. Well, the song we were singing along to was a song by Ronan Keating and Leanne Rimes. And I'm not sure what the name of it was. Last Thing on My Mind. That was the name of the song. So listen to these really inspiring, uplifting lyrics. 4 o'clock in the morning. My mind's filled with 1,000 thoughts of you and how you left without warning. But looking back, I'm sure you tried to talk it through. Now I see it clearly. So I want to tell you I'm sorry. Baby, I can't find the words, but if I could, then you know I would. No, I won't let you go. Know what we can be. I won't watch my life crashing down on me. Guess I had it all right there before my eyes. Girl, I'm sorry now. You were the last thing on my mind. All of these songs is, if I could only see then what I see now. If I could only turn the clock back and replay this and act in a different way. You know, it's the stuff of songs because it's such a universal experience. We don't tend to recognize what is going on until it's too late. And I want to use that idea of not recognizing what's going on by using a metaphor of a doorway. And I want to make reference to an old marriage therapist. He's probably 30 years old when I first read his book. Some of you might remember his name. This one principle that he said has stuck with me for 40 years. I've talked about it. We practice it over and over again. The marriage therapist, the author was named Gary Smalley. And Gary Smalley had this principle, and he called it open and closed spirits. And he used the imagery of a doorway. And this is how he put it. When you're first married, your spirits are open towards each other. They're like open doorways. You're emotionally connected. There's a sense of trust and intimacy. You can talk about anything. There's very little guardedness. You married them not just because you love them, because you trust them. You're entrusting your life to them. You pledge to honor and cherish and support. More about that one word we're going to do next podcast. But it was, we've only just begun. There was again that sense of intimacy and closeness. And I think most of us would be able to identify with some aspect of that. We started out with such high hopes. Things were so close and connected between us. And then what Gary Smalley says is this is what happens as you live with somebody. It's just only inevitable that there is all sorts of unresolved hurts and woundedness that happen. And each time those things happen, just because we're human, the doorway, the openness, the trustness, the unguardedness, that doorway of our spirit begins to close a little each time. Now, this is where Gary Smalley was brilliant on helping couples recognize that. And like most couples, the earlier you could identify this principle, the better. We used to share this couples with, pre-marriage counseling that we did. And we would teach couples, whenever you have that, whenever you recognize that this is how you deal with it, you quickly address it. You apologize. You don't defend yourself or say what you really meant. You simply say, I am sorry. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry that I offended you. That joke that I made, that snide comment I made, the way I treated, the way I acted selfishly in whatever situation, you make amends in real time. At the very least, you make amends every day, if needed. It's a principle that me and my wife practiced. Anyone has heard our marriage course. We practice this for going on 40 years now. We ask each other every day, every night before we go to bed, did I do anything to hurt you today? And what we're asking is not, did I agree with you about everything or did you bug me today? Trust me, there's days that both of us would respond, to that as yes. The question is, did I do anything to hurt you today, to wound you? Was there anything I did today that caused the spirit of your life to close towards me, that I can cross over that gap, that I can make amends, that I can apologize for, so that we start the next day brand new? It's a great, great principle, and one that I think should be taught to every couple. No matter, despite how great that principle is, there is a dark underside to that principle. And this is what it is. The doorway, the amount that your door is open or closed, is always in flux. It's opening wider or it's closing narrower. And while the door is still open, there is always work that can be done and the opportunity to reopen that door towards greater intimacy and trust. But here's the dark side of that. After a certain point, if that door continues to slowly close, it doesn't go on forever. At some point, there's a click where the door is closed and the latch has, gone all the way over, and you now, for all intents and purposes, cannot go back. It's closed. It's over. And I've seen that with my friends. I've seen that in my family. I've seen that over and over again with the guys that I coach. It's closing, 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 and then it's closed. And if that is the case with just a normal relationship, after all, what's normal? But, just a normal relationship, think how true that is from the effects of our porn behaviors on the doorway of our marriages. Each time you act out and hide it, the door closes. Each time you pretend you are good or say you are good when you are not, the door closes. Each time your wife discovers your behaviors and you cover it over and then you admit it, the door closes. Each time you act in a selfish way that violates your marriage vows or commitment to her, the door closes. Each time you tell her a lie, big or small, the door closes. Each time she realizes you're not the man you pretend to be, the door closes. And then one day, the door is closed. The latch clicks and is locked, and there's no going back. That is a sad, scary thing. And most guys have no idea that the door to their relationship is closing. Here's the point. Number one, you never know the point of no return. Number two, you can never just assume that the door can always be reopened. Now, what do I mean by the door is closed? Some guys continue to live in a marriage, but for all intents and purposes, they're divorced. Some guys, wife leaves, they start again. I've got guys that are living in they're living in the house, but they're not married anymore. What CNN article I read yesterday calls a silent divorce. There's no going back. I could do a podcast just sharing guys' stories. It would be the world's most depressing podcast of guys who didn't realize this, who were the country music song until it was too late. They always figured that they could just go back and resurrect what they had before. I've seen guys caught up in sort of naivety. You know what? This is a big deal, but I'm trying and we're working on it. And they don't realize this is life or death to your marriage. Are you doing whatever it takes, or are you just, going about it half-heartedly? A little bit here, a little bit there, trying to do this, but not always minimizing the amount of inconvenience it has for you. Where I've seen guys in faith communities fall prey to this is they have this naive thinking, well, we're in a Christian marriage, or we're in a church, my wife would never leave, or, God hates divorce, or some version of that. I have seen the most long-suffering, patient, supportive, godly Christian women go, that is it. Walked out. We're done. And once a woman's heart is closed, they will not reopen it. I don't care how much peer pressure they get from friends or family or church. As there's a great line in Brother, Where Art Thou? I've counted to 3 and I've said my piece. That means there's no going back. And again, that is super sobering to me. You might say, well, yeah, Vern, but is it not possible for there to be a miracle? and your marriage to be resurrected from the dead? Yeah, it is possible. But I would much rather have you not rely on a miracle. I would much rather you realize the effects that your behaviors are happening slowly and insidiously over your marriage, and not take for granted that this won't play itself out. Play the tape forward 1, 2, 3, 5 years from now. This will choke the life, suck the life out of your marriage, and will end up in a place it will cost you more than you ever thought possible. I mean, I've had guys write $1 million checks to their wives as they're leaving. You're going, well, that's, you think coaching is expensive. I hear different versions of this all the time. So, is that a heavy podcast? Absolutely. But if it's a wake-up call, let it be a wake-up call. Are you doing everything you can in your recovery? To quote my friend Mark Dennison, if you're 95% in, you're 100% out. So I would love to hear from you. My email, once again, is bandofbrothers.care@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.